We are back, folks, live here inside the Suburban Chevrolet Make the Choice studios. The Wolverines, a 2 seed in the Midwest region, taking on Wofford. And joining us to not only look at that, to talk about the team as it prepares for that game, is Michigan basketball coach John Beilein. Coach B, good morning.
Good morning, Sam. How are you today?
Excited. Glad to have you on the show, Coach. And it's rare that in the aftermath of losing a game, you can flip a switch, turn a page, and get happy all over again. And that was the situation that you guys were in on Sunday. You go down to Michigan State, but almost immediately you're able to turn the page and look ahead to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, there was a moment there where, I get done with our press conference and, obviously we're disappointed, and the kids have had their time in the locker room and we're all disappointed. And then all of a sudden it's 5:55 and the show's coming on. I said, let's go, man. Let's go see where we are. And the mood changed instantaneously. And so we went in to just see where we were going to be, who we were going to play, and it's an exciting time for us to be back in the NCAA tournament again.
One of the things that your team has done really well this year, Coach, is you go into film, you see what went wrong, and you correct it the next time out. Haven't lost back-to-back games all season long. When you looked at this film, what did you see? I know talking to the players after the game, a couple of them, I know Glenn said, Kara said after the game they felt like they could have attacked more, felt like they could have got downhill more. What did you see when you looked at the film?
So Michigan State is really good. They're really, really good. Give them credit. They got 4 McDonald's All-Americans out there. They're healthy. They're really good. We're not going to make excuses. We're not going to say we could have done anything better. Michigan State is really good, and they were better than us. That's what I saw.
All right, so talk to me about your defense. Saw you switching, trying to do some different things. You went zone, you went man-to-man, all the things that we see you do typically. Where are you in your defensive progression right now?
Well, there's really good days, and then there's days where we just are individually. It's all you need is one guy to not be in the right position. Guy not to come out in the right stance or in the right, what we call a closeout, and it all breaks down within seconds. Mm-hmm. And so when we're all together, we're all together. This is very common of young teams, and there's not many that are younger than us, that you just lose focus in what is important to defense. And when you have, you need veterans to really understand, look at the bigger picture here. So it's pretty good. We have to keep focused on defense, or we will go home very early. So it's really important that we just do this. And if we don't, then it's okay. Great lesson learned, but this is not the way we want. You have to learn it.
Right. Now, Coach, I don't know if it was just that particular crew. But I don't know. They seem to make some questionable calls in games in which you're involved in, and they don't go the warning route with you. They go all the way to the technical route with you, it seems.
Well, I'm going to just keep my comments to myself. It's a difficult game to officiate. There are some things that go on within a game that. We have the benefit of watching the video again, and let's say it is not that hard right now to look at a game and figure out that things don't go your way sometimes, and you just got to move. You just have to move on. It's very difficult for the officials, and it's difficult for the coaches to understand how the game is being called, but it's equally difficult for the officials. Gotcha. So it's a tough situation. You shouldn't ever get a technical, and it's just tough that we got that one.
We're talking to Michigan basketball coach John Beilein here on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, online at WTK.com. Let's talk a little bit about Derek. Derek got off to a great start in that game against Michigan State, attacking the rim, hit a perimeter shot, and then he seemed to not be able to find that rhythm again. Kind of assess his performance.
he's really played well. I mean, all 3 days he played really, really well. I mean, he was averaging about 30 minutes a game, 25 to 30 minutes a game. He really played well, and he's just growing every single day. And so, but it's no secret when we get into crunch time, Glenn, Nick, and Karras are going to be the guys that are going to be playmakers at that time. As Derek continues to learn, his playmaking skills in the open court and things like that. But just like last year, where with Nick and Karras or Glenn might be watching Tim and Trey do things, and they just get better and they get better. So Derek he really played well all through this tournament, all through the last month.
All right, so you guys get into NCAA tournament play now. I assume you've had an opportunity. You said it was going to be by the time you got off the plane, you're going to get a chance to really see a great deal of Wofford. So tell us about what Wofford brings to the table.
Well, Wofford brings a lot like what Michigan brings to people, I would think. Smart players, guys that really they play very solid defense. They're more of a pack line. They're really pack it in defensively, and they really guard the 3-point line very well. And offensively, that's where they have a lot of comparisons to Michigan. They really run. I just think that kids really understand English or offense like our kids understand offense, and have a jump shooter that is incredible. He's made as many threes as Nick, given the amount of time. He can shoot his jump shot over anybody. He's only about 6'1". He gets way up on his jump shot. And while they don't have the seniors that you see a lot of times from the mid-majors, they have juniors and sophomores that are really, really playing well. So to win that conference, to get by Davidson and win that conference, you have to be a very good team. And it's been them or Davidson most years to get to the NCAA tournament, and they got another good team.
All right, so it's that win or go home, time of year. I'm curious when you get at this point of the season. I know when we talked earlier in the year, you said, hey, if we're getting good looks, I want my guys to take those looks. Period. End of discussion. Doesn't matter what's going on. You keep shooting the basketball. When you're at this juncture of the season, Coach, if you get into a contest and shots aren't falling, what's the edict? I'm asking that question because at halftime of the last game, the players said, hey, look, the coach has made it pretty clear to us that we need to attack more. We're getting good looks, but they aren't falling. We need to attack more. Is that kind of a switch of mindset, or is that just something that we weren't recognizing that you were saying all along?
No, we take the shots that the people would give us. Now we've had success with some teams in the past playing more paintball than we do normally. Mm-hmm. So it's we're going to take what the defense gives us. No, we don't want to just put our head down and go and give up what has made us. We are a team that is, there's not a lot of post action going inside. We'd love to have more of that. Just hasn't worked out the way we'd like it to work. At the same time, we can shoot jump shots and spread people out and drive it when we see openings. So it is, when you see what we don't want to do is settle for a jump shot, right? A dribble jump shot, mm-hmm. You catch the ball and you can get right to the hoop and you pull up. That's not what we're looking for. But it's not like, hey, you just need to go downhill right now and just go downhill. I don't care if there's 5 guys in there, go downhill. No, we're never talking about that. Mm-hmm. And we'll have trouble getting to the basket against Wofford the way they pack it in defensively with a really good, solid defensive concept.
And defensive concept, one of the things you guys did that we haven't seen very much of, you went some 2-3 in the Big Ten tournament. I'm curious, what was the thought process behind that, and why is that not something that you do more of as opposed to doing more 1-3-1?
I think we only played 2 possessions of it. Mm-hmm. So we probably had 60 times 180. We had 180 possessions of defense. Probably we only played 2. So I don't think it's something that we haven't played a lot of it, and so it's tough to play 3 good defenses, mm-hmm. and so the 1-3-1 has been very good to us at different times this year. All right. I recall us going 2-3 zone, maybe 2 possessions. So it's a thing maybe that people thought we did, but we didn't really do.
All right, Coach, and last one for you. Game and Thursday, kind of break down how the week has gone thus far, how it will go as far as preparing leading up to the game?
It's been a challenge. It's the first time that I recall being in this situation where you're playing Sunday, even really Sunday night. We didn't get home until late Sunday, and then you're playing on Thursday. So we made sure the kids we didn't have to take the day off yesterday. We made sure there was nothing with basketball involved except rehab. And maybe we could have done something, just got to freshen them up yesterday. So today we'll practice, and we'll leave right after practice. You're mandatory that you're there, 2 nights before. We have meetings and things like that on Wednesday, so we'll get in there tonight and practice at a couple of places. We have an open practice on Wednesday, plus we'll have a private practice somewhere else. And then with a 7 o'clock game, a 6 o'clock game their time, we'll be able to do a walkthrough probably in the hotel before the game. So we are, it's back to a 2-day prep game, and hopefully we got enough rest yesterday that the shock of the 3 games on our legs. Our young bodies, I think it showed up good, really mature, good kids with mature minds, but the young bodies, I think that caught up to us on Sunday, and now we got to get that back.
Gotcha. All right, Coach. The Wolverines will take on Wofford Thursday, 7:10. Coach, good luck, and obviously we'll talk to you again next week.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sam. All right. See you later. All right. Bye.
All right. That was Michigan basketball coach John Beilein, as they, he said mandatory you be down there 2 days prior. So they're going to hit the skies and be ready for that open practice. I want to say the open practice is tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I think, 4 o'clock Central. So, we'll see what returns we get out of that. How the team is looking, the legs and whatnot that he said they're trying to get back. Really, I look at the draw, Ira, and I think it's a beneficial draw. You run up against Duke, sure. Michigan has its defensive issues and issues that they hope to get more solid as they get in the tournament play. But Duke has their defensive issues too. That game would be a shootout, and I like Michigan's chances in a shootout. 9 o'clock on a Tuesday. Got to get to a break. Back on the other side here with John Paul on the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, Ann Arbor, a Cumulus State.